And we're back for Act 2. This deck, Teak. This deck is what happens when you get a Pandora's box early, but without the actual item Pandora's box. This is what this deck is.
You're totally right. This is Pandora's box. But Pandora's box is really good.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this deck is also really good, if awkward. Yeah.
How do we make it less awkward? What are we looking for as a priority to make it less awkward?
I think potions, actually, for now, is the answer. That's part of why potions are so strong and why Sozu is so difficult to take these days.
Mm-hmm.
Is that's going to smooth us over while we figure it out. But a couple more removals, the tantrum that we talked about would be huge, especially now that there's a rush down. Just to give us some pace, I would give a lot for a Snecko Eye. And I mean that sincerely. Because what it really wants is just card draw.
Yes.
When this deck draws its cards, it then plays them, and then it wins.
I'd kill for a bag of prep, frankly.
Yeah.
Just a couple more powers in the opening turn, play them all out, chain them out. The paths that I see ahead of us. Number one, I don't see a shop in the second area, which means this shop has got to be here, the one with the tantrum that I sold us on the idea of in the past episode. But as I look at the rest of this path, I kind of stand closer to the idea of going for that. Because over here, we have elite, rest, question mark, rest, elite. We have the ability to make this deck extremely upgraded, and we have still a bunch of things in here that really want an upgrade. Also, the alpha before the final boss.
Yeah. That's pretty true. We definitely benefit, and Watcher benefits a lot from upgrading block cards. Which is something that I don't mind. Like, upgrading Vigilance is something I do fairly often when given the chance. Deceive Reality is a sleeper upgrade. It's actually pretty good. Like, Deceive Reality Plus is a card that you can actually play.
Yep.
Deceive Reality unupgraded. You only play it to generate safety or to trigger Wave of the Hand or something, right?
Yes, too much of the time. Actually, we saw this in the end of the last floor. Was too much of the time you have the Deceive Reality, but you also have to play another block if you actually want to block on that turn.
Yeah. So the question is, will taking that many fires deny us too many fights? First off, because with meat on the bone and with what we really want right now, we don't want to grow the deck a lot. We want to find specific cards. If we could just divine from everything and put a Third Eye plus, a Tantrum plus, and an Inner Peace plus in the deck, that's like almost the best we could imagine, right?
Yep.
That means we need to see a lot of cards. So does this deny us too many cards? And the second question is, with a Golden Idol particularly, how much do we like events in this act?
Okay, so for the first, I think there is a happy medium possibility of instead of taking the third here, that's just the Raps thing that I'd like to do, but we can go up here and take another enemy, but we can also go for a shop and another enemy here instead of the first rest. It does mean that we've got 2 elites in a row.
Back-to-back elites.
But we also do have the meat on the bone, and then afterwards we have a rest and the ability to just never take another elite if we prefer.
Yeah.
So we can get extra card looks. We also get a guaranteed shop on that line, which is a whole load of card looks at the same time.
If we think we're strong enough to take those double elites, that looks to me like the best path through the act. That looks like a very strong path.
Another thing that I did want to mention, though, is the library event does exist on this floor.
Yeah, true. Very true. Okay, let's go left side. I'm in. And we can always decide on that 4th node if we're going left or right.
Ooh.
It begins.
That's a good first turn right there.
Can we just win?
Oh god,
is
can
Blasphemy Windmill Strike?
It is, isn't it? This is 60. That's a great number. And then 17. So this will go down.
No, it's
9?
not going to be 17.
Yeah, it'll
that'll
go
be
down
9,
to 9 and then
27.
9, 27. 27's, yeah, it's enough.
We're there. This is Akabeko, right? This is Akabeko. I'm glad. I was going to suggest not taking it, but now I'm really glad I started the conversation because it seems great.
My god.
Is this the infamous remove? I think it is.
Teak, is it possibly the double upgrade on just 2 defense?
It's not terrible. What are our next removals? We should be thinking about this, actually.
Exactly. That's my big thing. Like, I'm looking at these removals and, like, Eruption, but that's our only Wrath trigger in the deck right now. Other than that, what are we removing?
I'm surprised you took this Flurry of Blows, by the way.
Really?
I love the card, but with how precise our current like Blasphemy Hallway plan and Alpha plan is, and with the lack of Talk to the Hand or Strength Scaling, it's not as strong as it is sometimes. I still think we can work it in, but we lack the kind of relic synergies that make this card incredible sometimes.
The thing that I was taking it as was like it currently performs okay in the deck.
Sure.
But as we get the things that we already want in this deck, this suddenly becomes a lot better.
So those times where we're stance dancing.
Yes.
Yeah. As long as we don't overpick there, because the concern is this will become the defect deck that I used to lose with all the time, which is like, yeah, I've got, darkness as my Saturday attire, but then for the weekdays I've got like electrodynamics, and sometimes on Sunday I wear frost. It's like you try to do everything and then it ends up being diluted too much. But I don't think I kind of like the double upgrade here. I think it's okay. But what will we remove next? Because we will remove something. I guess Eruption, maybe, if we find the right card. Do we ever remove one of our Mental Fortress, the unupgraded one? I don't think so, right?
I don't think so either. It's possible,
do we ever
though.
remove Meditate?
Oh, God,
I don't think
really?
so. What about Swivel?
We could get rid of Swivel. Swivel is just a 0-cost 11 block, exclusively on the turn that we're playing Windmill Strike or Eruption.
Maybe this is a situation where Swivel is our next removal, but we want to do that after upgrading stuff anyway, and so upgrading 2 defends is just not bad. I like it, dude. I think you're right.
I hate it, though. Like, the thing is, I hate that it's a strong word to use, but I do hate that I think I am right in this scenario.
Well, we only have 17 cards. It's not like we took 2 Transform in the beginning and then Astrolabe.
Yes.
The deck has had so many removals already.
Oh. I mean, we can instantly kill someone and then lose. Interested in that?
Strength. I'm trying to see if we have double lethal here. I know that sounds crazy, but
I don't believe there's any chance that we do, because this goes down to 10 and then 30 if we don't have the Yakabeko, right? So if we're using the Flurry of Blows and then trying to pull it back with Blasphemy, it's not going to work.
What about with potions? Strength pot doesn't get us there. Blasphemy, if we did... Oh, man. Oh, it's so awkward. Do we pop a power pot then? What could we even find that would save us from taking... We've got meat on the bone. We just deal with this. We just do nothing. Yeah. We just do nothing. I think there was a case to be made to play a Flurry of Blows just for damage, but Conclude is quite nice, right?
Gosh. There's the Conclude. It's going to double to 32. I mean, we do want to stance. We're also going to get back the Flurry of Blows as well.
So we've probably got lethal on at least one of them.
At least. So 17, and then this goes from this goes to 32. 17, 32 is 49. So we can take down the frontliner with just those 2.
And then we've got some damage for the backliner too. And then we can still defend afterwards with the Miracle. We can double defend afterwards. Oh, and we draw cards also because of Rush Down. Nice.
Ooh, hang on.
Do we have double lethal?
32. I think we might, actually. So 12
Yeah,
to
we do,
you.
because of Miracle. Yeah,
12,
we got it.
Miracle, Swivel the...
Swivel just to do it.
Yeah, I'm trying to make it have some place in
There it
this
is.
deck.
There it is. There's the Tantrum.
Ooh, you love to see it, don't you? 1 of 20 cards right now. We could legitimately consider the heal, but this gives us the largest look at all of the cards we were asking for in a piece.
That's true.
Other such cards. Third Eye.
I would say if we think that the heal opens up the right path, then it may be better. The question is, does it? Right? Or are we already good enough? If 43 health with meat on the bone and these 3 potions is good enough, it's 20 cards every time.
I think now that we have Tantrum and the Strength Potion in hand as well, I think I'm more comfortable with that.
I agree. I think we should look at 20 cards here. It's so scary though, right?
There's the hand. There's the Fear No Evil. There's the Inner Peace.
Oh my
There's another
gosh.
Tantrum. There's a Wallop even.
There's a lot of really cards There's a lot of cards.
Okay, I'm gonna scroll up and down because there's like a lot of cards in here. I want you to come up with not like a top 3 ordered, but just give me like a 3 that catch your eye the most. I'm also gonna come up with that.
Okay.
Okay, I've got mine.
I need a second. When it's this tough, I'm trying to think about specific fights.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm gonna pitch mine first.
Yeah, hit me.
It's Talk to the Hand, it's Inner Peace, and it's Fear No Evil.
I reduced it down to, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, I reduced it down to just Fear No Evil and Inner Peace.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, you cut the Talk to the Hand, even after the Flurry of Blows edition.
Yes, and this is why. So Talk to the Hand is another incredible block scaling card. It is so good. But right now, I think that the point to where that starts to be really, really relevant block for us with what this deck can do at 18 cards is the Act 3 bosses and the Heart. And we already have pretty promising block content for that with double Mental Fortress.
Yep.
Right now, our biggest problem is that we get stuck with hands that say Rush Down, Mental Fortress, Blasphemy, Alpha. And getting another Calm generator not only gives us a way to block more consistently, but to start to get some of that like stance online, right?
Mm-hmm.
I right now, I think that one of these Calm generators is more important to the deck, somewhat substantially, than the Talk to the Hand. Because every fight is going to die to our core combo for a while, if we get it.
I think I think I agree with what you just said, but the point that I agree with largest is I think the one unstated, but that you were kind of skirting around with Talk to the Hand is going to provide more block than we necessarily need because we have the Mental Fortresses. But in particular, the turn where Talk to the Hand will provide us a large amount of block is exactly the same turn. Not the turn we win, but it's exactly the same turn that we are constantly changing stance, and then Mental Fortress is already blocking on that turn, right? So it's not just like we have access to the block, it's that this is good in the scenario that other things are already good.
Yeah. And Talk to the Hand is an incredible combo with Wave, but we should be able to get, we only need a couple blocks on that turn, right? And with all the energy generation in the deck, it's tough. It's tough to leave a Talk to the Hand on the ground, but I think a third source of calm here is going to be so strong.
Mm-hmm. I like it, but which?
Right.
So we did just add a Flurry of Blows and a Tantrum. So we've added a little bit of damage since we last looked at the deck after the transformation. So we're not as desperate for damage as we were in that scenario.
I'm leaning Inner Peace, which feels weird to me, and here's why. On a turn where we're already in calm, Inner Peace is the card draw that we're looking for to even things out.
Yep.
On a turn when we're not in calm, Inner Peace is guaranteed calm, and that might matter because we could have turns that we leave in Wrath and then say, who's our boss here?
Champ.
Yeah, so Champ has turns where they decide not to attack, right? And we might really want to be able to switch into calm on those turns. So, I don't know. Maybe the deck is small enough that doesn't matter.
My problem slightly with Inner Peace at the moment is just our other calm triggers are a little prohibitive, right? In terms of the ability to also play and utilize
Meditate
the
Inner Peace, yeah.
Exactly.
On the same turn at least. Yeah. Although Meditate to bring back Inner Peace is a real thing.
And then Vigilance also being high cost, then playing Inner Peace afterwards, has 0 energy to play anything in hand.
One other consideration for this Fear No Evil is that as I'm looking at our deck, I would like to be able to cut Windmill Strike. Because I keep thinking about what can we cut, because I want to cut cards, right?
Yes.
Like this deck, we've seen the turns that prove to us that cutting some cards would be a nice thing. It's just which can we afford, right? I want to be able to cut Windmill Strike and maybe like Swivel. And I think having this attack in there makes a big difference. Fear No Evil is substantial damage.
Is there ever a consideration we need to make based on the ability to remove things with the... No, probably not.
With orange pellets? No, I think that's another reason to take Fear No Evil, right? Because there's... Our core of attacks is Tantrum and Fear No Evil.
Mm-hmm.
And that's already enough.
All right, let's go to the shop. And,
that was tough.
Change. Yeah, it kind of knocked the wind out of me. The kind of like,
really?
Oh no. Well,
but this is so good.
It's not that something bad happened or anything like that. It's more that like it was making me have to assess the weaknesses that this deck does have and how it would account for them. And every time I was like, here's how I account for it. I'm like, I just added 7 cards to the deck in my head. Well, that's not gonna happen.
But that's the thing about this deck that's so fun. It's no accident that I've been trying to help build smaller decks, particularly for Watcher, but then you have to play really precisely, you know? This is the reason why when I play Ironclad or Silent, I'm frequently winning with a 40-card deck. That deck can just do everything and through redundancy be consistent.
Yep. We've got a pretty good shop here.
Yeah, we do.
Ooh. All right, here's my early spicy pitch. I want that Abacus.
Oh, man. It's not bad.
It is. Whenever you shuffle your draw pile, gain 6 block. I will quickly say we have Retain, Exhaust, although, you know, it adds other cards to the deck, so I'll count that as a card. Exhaust, 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 Exhaust. Exhaust. And we have the in-play deck is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
And we want to get it smaller.
Yeah.
I'm like, with a rushdown in particular, we could get to the point to where we're cycling every turn. I actually like Abacus remove. I'm in.
Cool. I had a little bit of a consideration for the like water, but honestly, the reason I'm not taking it here is because it doesn't fit into the plan of buying these two, and I prefer it.
Oh, and it's not as efficient anyway, right? Like water is something that you only get to proc once, and this deck is on path to be able to proc the Mental Fortresses multiple times a turn. So, like water has its place, and 3 like waters is a very real block strategy, right? Just 21 points a turn is there you go. You're most of the way there.
I've had many a deck end up like that. I think the Swivel first, because if the Book of Stabbing is one of the next 2 elites that we fight, I still want the Windmill Strike in the deck. It's also worth noting it's good in the Gremlin Leader fight as well, because you still have a large amount of damage you need to deal to a single target there.
Okay. I do think that's our next target, especially after losing Swivel, because now, if you look at the deck, it really doesn't have that many cards that say block on it. 1, 2. It's really planning to win quickly or to
this says block.
Stance.
It says block. It doesn't. It's not block, but it says it.
Mental Fortress says block too, technically. But this hand.
Okay. I want to play the Power Potion right now.
I'm in.
Cool.
And do we end up upgrading it with Blessing of the Forge? We'll see.
Use the Rushdown, get 2 draw this turn.
Love it.
And hit the Blessing of the Forge before we do. Oh no, wait, we don't have. That's just. It gives us so much extra energy. Like all of these miracles double.
And we have Mummified Hand, right? I don't think we need to. I think you're right. Do we play the wave before the Rushdown here?
So that we have more of a chance of decreasing the cost of Eruption? Yeah, I like it.
Eruption, yeah.
Nice.
And then Flurry, I guess?
Play the Flurry first, yeah. So 9 after this, so 23. We can kill the front target doing both of those.
I'm in. I think this is we're off to the races. This is great.
Tantrum.
Nice.
Okay. So we're not really going to be blocking this turn. Is something we're going to have to come to terms with.
But that's okay. It's only 18 damage taken, which is a lot, but it's a lot that we will mostly heal because of Meat on the Bone. And if that's all the damage we take in this fight, then that's not bad.
Gonna play the Alpha as well?
I think so. And meditate like the Tantrum. I think so.
Is there ever a world we pop the Blessing of Forge for the double meditate, bringing back 2 cards?
I'd kind of like to, I think we can hold it, man. I think we can hold it, and I'd like to for the next elite. I don't think it would be wrong to pop.
I mean, we have the Rushdown. Wait, do we want to bring back the Eruption?
Oh, yeah. Oh, did I say meditate Tantrum? Tantrum goes into the draw. I don't know why I said that. Yeah, I like the Eruption here, because we're not getting attacked next turn, too.
Oh, we're just getting extra health. That was the whole plan the entire time.
Rushdown number 2 is here. Can
time to
can
draw.
we rush down Beta Tantrum?
The whole deck. Oh, hell yeah. Let's do it. I mean, let's use Eruption instead of the Tantrum, right? Just
Sure,
free.
sure. Yeah, and then we'll have enough energy too, if we draw it. Didn't draw it, but we did draw.
We have it in the next draw, and it'll kill the Gremlin. So as long as the Gremlin leader is not attacking next turn, we're completely fine. It's just Fear No Evil. No, we have a Vigilance in the next hand as well. We're totally okay. Just like run out the damage we can this turn and pass.
I'm so excited to get this Blasphemy upgraded. Although with Rushdown, that becomes less important.
The Blasphemy upgrade becomes less important with Rushdown? Sorry? Did I miss something?
Yes, because with Rushdown, we draw through the deck faster, so retaining Blasphemy is less relevant because we can usually draw it when we need it.
But, huh.
That's a funny thing about small decks, is that like all of these things that are usually top priorities suddenly might not have to be because you can just get them, right? It's not perfectly efficient, but it works.
Certainly not perfectly, but we could Vigilance and then Tantrum literally just to get the draw and then go for the kill. But the big thing there is like, hang on, do we have enough damage? Let's think about that first, because if we use Blessing of the Forge, we definitely do. We have enough energy to go for enough draw to deal enough damage
to Omega and
then
conclude and
exactly. Yeah. But can we do it without?
Vigilance and Tantrum is only refunding 2 energy. We need to play 1 Miracle at least to be able to then play Omega. And then it makes something in the hand cheaper. If it hits Conclude, then that's another 32, and the Tantrum itself will have been 18, which is exact C's. If it doesn't hit Conclude, we can Miracle to get there. We should have that, right? Did I math that correctly?
So I'm just going to track the energy costs as you go across and say the cards that you plan to play in order. So it's Vigilance first, right? So we're on 1.
And then we play Tantrum for 18.
2.
And then we play a Miracle.
3.
Play Omega.
Yeah.
And then if it hit, and then we play another Miracle, and we play Conclude.
Yep.
Conclude is 32 plus 18. That's 50 plus the 50 from Omega. That's lethal.
It's perfect. Oh, we also have.
And we have Flurry.
Flurry. Whoops.
So we don't even have to math. If you think you have lethal,
as the
watcher,
you probably do.
You have lethal. You want to play Tantrum again, just because we can?
Hang on, let me scout something here.
Play?
We're 3 damage short right now. I mean, we can still have the Miracle and we can do it, but it's like if we didn't hit the Conclude here, now we're 3 damage short.
Are we?
Aren't we? Hang on, 32, 50, 82.
How much was?
I think it's because we played Vigilance before the Tantrum. It wasn't 18.
Oh, Tantrum was 9.
Yeah.
My man, my math was correct, but also wrong at the same time. But you know what the coolest part is? You know
the risk was calculated, but man, am I bad at math.
Yeah. You know how much damage we took on that turn, though?
How much?
Only 10. Only 10. If we failed to kill there, we only take 10 damage. Because of Abacus plus Stance Dancing.
It's doing a lot of work.
It's doing the work, yeah.
Is there ever a world we take the Tranquility?
I don't think so, man. So here's this is something I've learned through a lot of pain. What you do is you look at your deck and you ask yourself, how many combinations of hands can I make which just take full damage on that turn?
Yeah.
And the answer is already so many.
While it is so many, this card, like, secretly says block for 10. And especially if we only, like, if we're in Calm and then we only have Calm triggers, only have Wrath triggers in hand, it says 20 block.
But we already have 3 Calm generators in the deck, right?
Okay.
And it only says block for 10 if we're not in Calm.
I'm happy to skip it. I just wanted to look into the option, possibly.
I think 100 hours of Watcher ago, I would have taken it. And man, I've just been hurt so many times with hands like this, really, right? It's like,
yeah, no kidding.
This hand has so much power. If we could just get 2 of this hand.
Hey, Teak.
But we only get 1.
Do you want to just bounce? You ever just want to just bounce out of this fight?
Is there a way for us to like take 1 damage? I literally just want to take 1 damage. How can we take 1
Okay,
damage?
we give the bronze scales to the snake plant, and then we hit it once. That's how we do it.
It's brilliant. That's so smart. I do think that, well, let's, oh god. We take 24 damage on this turn straight up.
This was a pretty unfortunate turn, I will say. Like, looking at the cards that we do have in hand versus the cards that we have in the draw pile.
It's true.
Like,
we need a bag of preps, so this deck,
yeah.
We should bounce. You're right.
Peace.
We're going to have to cut some cards. Honestly, we're going to have to consider cutting something like Mental Fortress, which I don't want to do. But if we can't get more card draw, we have too many hands like this.
Speaking of.
Yeah, they're here. They're back.
Just Mental Fortress, Flurry of Blows, and then take our blows. Or do we want to, like, consider... No, I mean, Strength Potion, probably not.
This could be our blessing, just to hold the Blasphemy.
Okay, I like it.
Do you like that? And then we play both the Mentals, and we have a Miracle Plus, too?
Yeah.
Cool.
It's okay. We're just playing into getting the heals next. Oh, here we go. We actually get some cards now.
And we've got Wave. It's very relevant.
Push down, Wave, Defend, Meditate back. Wave? I guess? Or Defend even, probably.
We can Meditate back the Flurry, too, and have it in the hand. But I like Defend. I like Defend.
Could we Meditate back the Flurry? Hang on. Put a card into your hand. Okay, yeah, because you put the card into your hand before you enter Calm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, never mind. We're not taking damage this turn. I forgot about the whole 12 block thing that we set up.
We got a lot of Mental Fortress.
Can I have one of you, please? Just like, please.
Are we going to Omega, or are we just gonna like Blasphemy and win?
It's probably Blasphemy win, right?
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's Blasphemy win. So we just defend, and then Fear No Evil for some damage. We don't want to deceive reality. We want to leave the extra energy in hand, I think.
Well, we have a Miracle Plus, right? We could play a Miracle to play out the Alpha if we wanted.
But then that's like diluting the draw a little bit.
Very true. And if we think that we just have lethal without it, then there's no need.
Okay, well, let's math out the lethal without it then, right? If that's going to be part of the plan. So my plan involves using the Fear No Evil this turn as well. So I'm going to take 8 damage for granted.
And then 3 more bronze scale.
Yes, 3 more on the bronze scale. So 11 down from there. So it's
131.
131. And next turn, this is going to be 25 to 75 with the Blasphemy. And then after that, unfortunately, both of these take us out of Blasphemy. But...
so they're at 57 at that? No, 50. You said 131?
131, yeah.
And that's 75. So 135 would be 60. So that's 56.
Yes.
And then we've got a Tantrum, which is doing 27, but then puts us in Wrath. Oh, we have Conclude, which is 48. 48. But then that would be the last thing that we do. There's also a Flurry of Blows that we get back if we play Alpha. Or if we choke the hand. Oh, but then we're drawing with Rushdown. We should be able to get to lethal next. Because of Rushdown draw, we should be able to get to lethal next hand. Yeah, we should be able to get to lethal next hand.
Yeah.
We'll math it out, but I see it.
All right. Hey, we're going to be dealing some damage to the Book of Stabbing here at the end of the turn as well. The thorns go off before we die.
Which could save us, yeah. And what does our draw look like? Probably pretty good.
Yeah, it's defensive, mainly.
So do we ever... Here's a proposal. Do we ever go like Miracle, Eruption first? Get that draw and then pop Blasphemy?
Tantrum and Eruption are both the same amount of damage. Do we want to play Tantrum instead?
And we could get the Tantrum back. That's very true. Good call.
Nice.
And so now it would be Blasphemy, Windmill, Tantrum conclude business.
Yes.
I am like 100% sure that we can get the kill here, as long as we don't do something very foolish.
So 27, 27, and then this will just be 32. Well, I mean, it's not 27, 27, right? It's 18, 27, and 32. That's 100% enough.
Mm-hmm. And we could keep drawing if we wanted to do vigilance stuff. Like,
Sure.
we've got options.
Get me the Omega. Let's do that this turn.
GG.
GG, Teak.
Hey, we lived through that gauntlet. I wish I thought Ragnarok was the pick. If we had picked up Talk to the Hand, it gets like kind of wild. And if we still had the swivel.
Exactly. If we hadn't got that goddamn swivel.
Oh, man.
I mean, we have enough sources of weakness. It's just pass here.
I agree. We're riding a tightrope. I love this deck.
It's a good one. Ooh, a little bit of extra energy. Or do we now take the Sapphire Key because we have so much access to energy? We don't really care about extra energy.
Yeah, we can skip here. I agree. It's the problem with the Nunchaku here is not that it would never have an impact. It's just that by the time it has an impact in most fights for us, we've already won. It doesn't save us much life is the problem, right? It's not that the energy can't be used.
Hey, Teak. Are we ever cutting an alpha from this deck? Have we gone far enough now into starts that alpha being a sideboard is bad for us?
You know, certainly with now Flurry of Blows and Tantrum and Rushdown in this deck, along with Abacus, it's looking more awkward. It's not a bad point. I don't think we upgraded here.
Exactly. Sure. I'm not saying we remove it. I'm just saying that we don't upgrade it if that's the case, right? We have, what, 2 more upgrades before the champ? Probably a rest, maybe.
Yeah, you're right. We are rapidly approaching a point to where the key is we need to get, right now we're pretty good at bursting like 100 or a couple hundred damage. We need to figure out how to consistently do that much damage multiple times for the heart. But the thing is you noted before, like fasting is sounding pretty juicy. And if we were to find a fasting and like a halt, then the deck is suddenly much better at blocking. Much better and good enough at doing damage that we could cut. Yeah, I think it's possible.
It's worth noting, like, we are far more likely to find that now. Yeah.
Definitely the alpha. If we really wanted to lean into this alpha from here as a boss damage source, we need to get better at making cards that just block by themselves. And right now our primary plan to block is to start stance dancing, and at that point we can just win by stance dancing, right? So that now is something I should note, and maybe this is me being like feeling the shame of needing to defend myself or something.
Go for it.
Just because you pick up a card and then remove it doesn't mean that it was necessarily a bad choice.
Oh, 100%.
This alpha was a solution for Act 2 and 3 bosses, but I do think you're right that we may end up removing it anyway.
I totally agree. The parallel that I'll use to describe that myself is actually not in SDS. It's a lot of the time in Monster Train recently. I've been taking like a first banner unit that I really don't want.
Yeah.
But I just need it.
I love that. And then you remove them, right? And like ring 5. And they're just not part of your plan anymore.
So the upgrade
is it blasphemy right now?
Oh,
that was so relevant. I know I said it's not as important, but it did feel very relevant in that last fight.
Okay. Yeah, I like it. I was going to try and sell you on the Tantrum.
Well, we can do that next.
Oh, let's do that. I mean, one of the reasons I wanted to go for the Tantrum, I'll just mention it because we're probably going to upgrade it in space time anyway, is because Akabeko gets an additional 11 damage out of it. Well, sorry, we're not getting it in the next space. We were getting it in the next space. But do we want to upgrade it here instead?
Yeah, let's upgrade Tantrum. And then what, Mental? Or is it Fear No Evil? Is it Meditate now?
I think if we are cutting Alpha, we're keeping Mental. Like, it's no longer part of the cut plan. I
think we should upgrade Vigilance or Deceive Reality. I think these fights have taught me that having our block cards that say block on them, block for more, is the missing ingredient.
I like it.
Because once the Mental Fortress is online and we get to the end of the deck, we've won anyway, right? Love it.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out the order, but then I was like, I never play Blasphemy this turn, so it has to be the others.
Right.
Oh, I love not being frail. Oh, what a good time.
Wait a minute.
What's up?
We're frail.
Oh. Oh, that just won't do. No, that won't do at all. We're gonna have to eruption, and oh no, we can't because eruption takes the thing if we do that. Hang on.
Oh,
we do have rushdown. We get draw, so eruption's not super.
Eruption's not even wrong, is it? No, you're totally right.
Do we play the mental fortress first?
I think so. And then, no, this is okay. We eruption, and if we draw like any source of damage, then blasphemy plus that damage plus conclude should be lethal. And if not, we can try to block.
Oh. So this currently goes 16, 32 to 48. So we tantrum.
We can just go fear tantrum. Yeah. We don't have to math.
Got it.
We will be there.
And then I'm just making absolutely certain I haven't made an awful mistake.
No,
here.
that's very correct to do. This is honestly, if I were to cite one, you want another rushdown so we can have more hands that don't do anything?
Our opening hands hurt already. Oh, sorry. I thought you were actually trying to sell me on the other side. Okay, never mind. Hey! It makes one hand hurt, but
I think this is a skip all around, man.
Okay.
I know.
But we can hit the abacus so many times. All I'm doing is trying to work towards the abacus block core. The legendary abacus block core.
Well, we're pretty close to it already. This used to kill so many of my Watcher runs. This is maybe the single most common way that I died when I was learning Watcher, was decks that I looked at and I was like, oh, it's awesome. And then like I just took 50 damage every turn one.
Mm-hmm. Oh, God.
It's coming for us.
If we go Tantrum Windmill Strike, we can kill 2 this turn, but then we risk the Gremlin Leader hitting us next turn. 1 exit, 2 exit, 3 exit. We. I mean, with 3 exits, I kind of want to do it because otherwise, like, we're taking the hits this turn.
Let's see, and they're buffing this turn, so it starts at a 6x3, and the buff is by 5. Wait.
By this point, we're on 8. So elites are tougher.
How much do you buff by Gremlin Knob or Gremlin Leader?
I thought it was 3.
At
this point, at least. I could be wrong.
I realized that whatever I know has become dust in my mind hand, and is filtering through.
This is one of those ones where, like, if you ask me a number, I'm not going to be able to tell you. But if you like gave me a kind of if I could tell you it in any way other than numbers, I would be able to tell you, just because of the experience I've had with it, the lack of just looking at the right number.
It's 4 here. It becomes 5 at 18. Oh. And so that means that it will be a 10x3. And if we're Wrath and we cannot exit Wrath, then it's a 20x3 and we die. But perhaps at that point we just dupe pot our way into winning instead or something. Now, the odds of getting attacked and not drawing Calm are not very high, right? Because I think the attack chance with no minions on the field is going to be no more than like 30% or something. I could actually look this up, and then we're pretty likely to find Calm. And let's see. So, can we ever win next turn? Got Rushdown coming too.
With the damage that we have in the deck? Probably not.
What is Blasphemy Tantrum is how much? No, I'm serious. We might just win this turn.
Oh,
if
God.
We play a strength potion.
33x4 is 99, 132, right? 132.
That's looking pretty close to a dead Gremlin Knob to me.
132, and then this would be 20, so
130. Yeah, we won. We just kill it.
Well, it's not 30, right? Because I mean, it is 30 because we played it before.
Yeah.
No. Because the
oh, you're right, 20.
Yeah,
you're right.
it has to be the 20, right?
You're right. But it's still dead.
Yes, that is the ultimate point. It doesn't need to be clarified past that point. Oh my God. You know what? I can see a world where we thought about that slightly less and then went through with a game plan. Either it kills the run or it doesn't kill the run. But then the comment section.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
See the lethal.
Because I imagine like what we've been
You know,
saying.
your comment section's not really like that though.
No,
as
they're
much
not.
as I,
They're not. They wouldn't express it in that way as like getting very toxic about it. But I can just imagine us having said so many times, if you think you might have lethal, look for lethal. If you think you probably don't have lethal, still check because you're a watcher.
yeah.
And just
Rhapsody, you could have had it.
Exactly. Just like, hey, the lesson that you taught me, I used it in this fight, and I learned that you could have won.
Well, we upgraded Tantrum, and we have Akabeko.
It's block on the turn. We don't have block, and it synergizes with the Akabeko if we need it in the opening turn.
It looks pretty good. It does. It's upgraded. It looks pretty good. We took a swivel out. It's part of the deck. In the tree, part of the tree. What is that from?
I do not know, but I know that I kind of want to rest here.
If you upgraded, what would you upgrade?
Mental Fortress.
Oh, that's Adventure Time. Right.
Oh. So the only reason it wouldn't be Meditate over Mental Fortress here for me is just because the size of the deck means that not often do we have 2 cards that we want to bring back.
That is a fair point. That is a fair point. I am fairly sure that we can get away with upgrading here if we also do the alpha plan, which this might be Alpha's swan song.
So upgrade alpha or
no.
Okay.
Upgrade Mental Fortress so that we're good at blocking on the way there, but then also get Omega online so we get that extra 100 damage for the 2 turns that they're moving towards execute. Because we're quite good at producing 100 damage ourselves.
Bosses aren't tougher yet. What's his HP? It's not 420, is it?
Oh, good point. No, I think it starts at 420 and then goes higher, right?
Okay. Well, if it starts at 420,
420 was like the whole joke.
Hmm.
That's the joke, I think. I'm not very good at jokes, but I think it's a joke.
That is the funniest thing I've heard you say, and that's got stiff competition, my friend.
It's still 420. It becomes 440 when bosses are frail.
Okay, cool.
Because isn't there some play into it in the Thwack event, in the Coliseum event? Because Champ is residing over that.
Oh, I didn't know that was a necessary
And I think that in that fight it says something like this is the 420th fight or something. There's a lot of what is Champ up to in the free time is kind of what it brings to question.
There's some stuff in Downfall that's a little bit hinting towards that direction as well.
Really? What's underneath that armor? Maybe that armor is I don't know what I can say on. Is this a syndicated television series that we're part of? Are they going to slap me with some ridiculous fine?
No, we're on cable.
Oh, okay. Cool. I can say anything?
Yeah, within reason.
Well, anyway. We should play Mental Fortress.
The within reason is not a topic limitation, it's a certain words limitation. Is the big thing my channel has. But I will say one thing, because I just mentioned the downfall and implications of the lore, you know the tomb of the Red Mask in the 3rd act?
Yes.
They finally have an event that describes why Bear and Bandits and all the Red Masks care about that and what the shared relationship is of the Red Mask being available in both locations. It's something I wish was in the base game.
Does it have anything to do with Dawn? Sir Dawn of the Red Mask?
I don't know.
Okay. I'm curious to see it.
Do not believe so. I'm just going to go for the...
Anyway, yeah, let's blaze this champ.
Get him. 100% agreed, my man. I mean, just wave Wallop and then get the beta out.
Yeah. We can blow some miracles. That's what they're for.
Mm-hmm. That's why we put him in the deck. Ooh, nothing. I thought there was something in the hand.
We have a lot of hands like that. This deck, you know what this deck wants? It wants like 2 copies of Scrawl Plus. That's all it needs. That's all it needs. That's all it needs.
Teak, I saw a run recently that had Scroll Plus, and it's a deck that, you know, as far as Watcher decks go, was not as dissimilar from this as a Watcher deck can get. I think Scroll would be a good... Yeah, honestly. You should have seen You should have simply seen the skill that was exhibited in piloting this run. Exactly. If only you were there. Let's deceive reality. I kind of want to meditate to bring back the wave of the hand because we're about to lose our block.
Yeah, love it. Love it.
Oh God! Hang on. Huh? Okay, we're gonna kill the. Oh no, we're not being debuffed this turn.
It begins.
Buns. All right. Do we go off a little?
We have
this
rush
turn?
down. Yeah. Let's do some. I think we leave the flurry in the hand here. We don't play it, and the reason is if we play it first, we don't redraw it, and we want it at the bottom of our next draw.
Love it.
Such a funky interaction, but I like that interaction.
I mean, those kinds of things being done early is a really good way for us to get out our early powers and stuff like that. It's just risky to do it early without the guaranteed calm entry. Let's go for the defend and then just wave the hand defend.
Yeah, this was a great turn.
Could have been significantly worse. I just lament a little the fact that we now no longer have any powers to exit the debuffs we're about to get.
True, but I think it's okay because the greatest debuff that could be placed upon us is death, but we are the purveyor of this debuff.
I think we stance a bunch here. We like Fear No Evil, Tantrum, and then Meditate to end out the turn, just to full defend.
I'm about it. Do we need to make one more space in hand before this Tantrum so that we can get the flurry back? So we're going to draw 2 afterwards. So we have to play 2 cards here.
I mean, Flurry. Oh, no, you're right. Wait, no, hang on. Flurry, and then we play that, and then we draw 2 cards. We go up to 9, and the Flurry comes back in the hand.
It is the card.
Yeah.
Yeah. How can you... How is it that you can play games like this for... You know what? We'll just move on. How can it be?
How is it that you can play games like this?
How is it? Yeah, exactly. You get me.
God, do we even meditate to get out of sport? No, we do. Don't be too silly about it, right? There we go.
Honestly, we're splitting this turn. So we're just going to do it as much damage as we can, and then next turn is going to like probably be Blasphemy.
Shame not to have the big one in hand. Unfortunately, we're also getting debuff this turn, so we're not going to be unweak for a huge period.
I wonder if our Meditate was actually Eruption.
Yeah.
I didn't think about it at the time. I think Wave of the Hand is a very reasonable kind of muscle memory pick, right?
I didn't think about it at the time either, but I fully agree. I was thinking about specifically, I'd love to bring Tantrum back, but that goes into the draw pile after I play it.
Well, and both of us are thinking about a potential future where we remove Eruption, right? Dream is just to have 2 Tantrums.
Oh, God. Inject that straight into my veins. Wait a second. Yeah, we have no ability to get the Flurry of Blows back right now.
That's okay, though. We'll just do the damage. Can we win on this turn?
We could, but it's theoretically possible, but there's no reason to try and do it right now. It's 90 if we...
Okay. Yeah, you're right. We can just do it next turn. You're right. It's fun to win. I like it.
It is. It's a good time. Oh, but here at the very least, we actually get to give the Windmill Strike its due on its way out.
You know, maybe Windmill Strike's not so bad in this deck. Oh, gosh. I think it's Omniscience.
What are we double playing?
Literally anything. All Omniscience needs to do is hit us the thing that we didn't draw in our 5-card hand, right? Sometimes it's Rush Down, and then it's paying for itself.
Oh, okay. Sorry. The reason I'm sold on Omniscience now is because I forgot it's real easy in the opening turns for us to make it cost 0. I don't think it's an Omega play. It's so long to set up for that. I've tried to do it so many times. Unless the deck is super thick, you don't do it.
But if we get really lucky, and we have Prayer Wheel, so we could. 1 Omniscience is great, but you know what's better?
Chaining Omniscience?
as many omniscience as you can fit into your silly little deck.
Yeah, it's so good. Play the first one
Yeah.
and then play the entire rest of your deck.
You
It's
just
like,
keep
what if
going.
Seek, Seek chaining, but it also played the card?
Just play the whole deck.
I like it.
Every omniscience past the first just gets ridiculously stronger.
Ooh.
Curious. Is it Black Star?
Is it?
I think someone will point out that tonight I'm really in the habit of phrasing everything as a very unknown. Is it? Is it click the card? Is it? Do we ever?
Is it
win?
lethal? Do we just
is
lethal?
It lethal? No, but I'm serious. I think that this deck, the only thing that makes energy a consideration in this deck is like omniscience. But we have a miracle and we can upgrade omniscience. And not getting curses sounds awesome, right? This deck has no energy problems. We've got Lantern, we've got just so much energy covered. Sacred Corn Chip is great. And we still have 3 potion slots, and getting 4 strength is real strong. And look at that liquid bronze. We can resume our streak of killing the heart with thorns. That's really real, and maybe that's better than the average 3 extra relics that we get from Black Star.
That is where I'm leaning, yes.
It's just that specifically Centennial Puzzle, Bag of Prep, these are common relics. You know, it's like, actually, is Centennial Puzzle common or is it uncommon? It's common, right?
I think it's common, yeah. It's 150 in shops, it's common. Unless I'm wrong.
I think you're right. I just don't remember.
But okay, let's at least go for what do we think we do against elites, right? In the next act. Yes. How do we feel we fare against them? Because I feel like Repto.
Well, we have to take at least one.
Make us.
We have no choice.
Sad.
We need a green key.
It's very true.
Yeah. That's part of what leaned me towards Black Star initially. It is common, by the way. I looked it up. I like need closure on everything tonight, apparently. But yeah, we have to take at least the one. But that can also be a swing in the other direction. Sometimes the empowered elite in Act 3 will only give us 1 elite on the path, right? And then we're only getting 2 relics out of Black Star. Are the average 2 relics better than Sacred Corn Chip? I think not, right? I think not. We should do the corn chip.
Okay.
You're right.
I'm
You're right.
super down with it.
We have good potions for it already. And talking about things that'll give us that extra edge in the heart fight, or frankly, for that Reptomancer fight you talked about, right? Double dupe potion and there's an omniscience in the deck? Sign me up.
Yep. It looks... I'm stuttering on the choice for too long, but I'm very glad that we're taking the Sacred Bark and moving on to Act 3 and 4, which will be linked in the description down below.